Welcome back to Tales of Wisdom. Let us listen to the story Why a Smart Enemy is Better Than a Foolish Friend, as told by Karataka to Damanaka during a time where tension is high between two powerful animals threaten an entire forest. In a certain town there lived a highly learned Brahmin, but due to deeds of his past life, he had been reborn into this life with an unusual twist. He had to become a thief. One day, four Brahmins from a distant land arrived in the same town, selling fine goods. When the thief saw them, he thought to himself, "How can I rob these men?" Instead of rushing in with force or stealth, he chose a more deceptive approach. He approached the Brahmins and began quoting from the Shastras, fluently, eloquently, and with reverence. His knowledge was vast, his words were charming, the Brahmins were impressed. As the Panchatantra observes, a hypocrite asserts his honesty, and a crook is always a charming talker. But by his clever words and display of scriptural wisdom, the thief won their trust. They welcomed him into their company, even making him their servant. Days passed, the Brahmins sold off their goods and proceeds to buy precious jewels. Then came a startling act. Right in front of the thief, the four men were preparing to journey back home safely, their wealth secure inside their own bodies. The thief grew desperate. "I've not stolen a thing," he thought. "I'll follow them on their journey, poison them at the right moment, and take everything." But before the journey began, he wept before the Brahmins. "Friends," he cried, "you will soon leave me behind, but my heart has grown close to yours. Please, take me with you." Moved by his pleading and unaware of his true intent, the Brahmins agreed. On the road they passed through a town called Palipura, ruled by Kirata tribe, fierce hunters of the forest. As the five travelers entered the village, the crows in the sky began to scream, "Rich men are coming! Kill them! Take their treasure!" The Kirata hunters, hearing this call, charged at the Brahmins, beating them with clubs and stripping them of their clothing. Finding no treasure, the hunters grew furious. "The crows are never wrong," they shouted. "You've hidden jewels inside of your bodies. Speak now, or we'll kill you and search." The thief was stricken. He had wanted to kill these men for their jewels, but now, if the Kiratas found the gems inside their bodies, he too would be killed. A realization dawned upon him. He could not save himself, but perhaps he could save them. He thought, "If death is certain, let me choose how I meet it. Let me give my body first so that these innocent men might live." And so he stepped forward and said, "Kill me first. Search my body. You will find nothing." The hunters complied. They killed him, and as he said, found nothing. Convinced the others were innocent too, the Kiratas let the four Brahmins go. Thus, the man who came as a thief, intent on betrayal and violence, died protecting the very people he had meant to harm. As Karataka reflected, a shrewd enemy is far better than a foolish benefactor. A foolish monkey killed a king, but a clever thief saved the Brahmins. As Karataka narrated this tale, a tragedy was unfolding in the jungle. Pingalaka the lion and Sanjeevaka the bullock, once friends, were led to deadly conflict, and in a brutal fight, Pingalaka struck Sanjeevaka down. Sanjeevaka fell to the ground, dead. But when the lion saw his loyal friend lying lifeless, his heart broke. He repented killing the bullock. "I have committed a great sin," he whispered. "There is no crime worse than betraying a friend. And truly, as the scripture says, he who betrays a trusting friend shall remain in hell as long as the sun and moon shall shine." Yet, even in his grief, Pingalaka was pacified by Damanaka. "Why cry over a dead traitor?" Damanaka said. "Only weaklings mourn the past." They say the wise do not dwell on the dead or the living. Pingalaka, pacified, made Damanaka his minister once more and ruled over his kingdom. And so, dear reader, we come to the end of the very first chapter of the Panchatantra, Mitra Beda, the story of how friendships are broken. And in these tales, though ancient, they echo eternal truths about trust, deceit, and the nature of power. But this is only the beginning. Join us in the next chapter of Tales of Wisdom, where new characters emerge, new lessons unfold, and ancient voices continue to guide us through the puzzles of life.